ActiveCampaign campaign stats. In this video, we're going to cover how you can compare campaign rates like opens, clicks, etc. from your ActiveCampaign account. Now, I find ActiveCampaign's a little bit lacking in this department, so we can tap into their API capabilities to get more information. And in my opinion, one of the important things is this information's updated in real time. If you're collecting stats already, kudos to you, but typically it's a one-time snapshot. For instance, you might send email on Monday, check the stats on Wednesday, but by Friday, those stats have changed and may change your decision-making process. And so that link, the IntegratePro.net link, has the code we need to add to our website. Finally, if you want to take all this stuff to the next level, consider Adrian Savage's deliverabilitydashboard.com. Like I said, if you're collecting the open rates, click rates for your campaigns, you're doing a great job. You're getting something useful. But like I said, typically it's a one-time look at it and numbers change over time. If you look at it too soon, like within 6 hours, you're not going to get a clear picture of the true open click rate type thing. However, with the API capabilities, we can pull out all the stats in real time for every single campaign that you want. And if you're fancy or handy with spreadsheets, you can do things like this, where you can plot histograms of open rates type thing to get an idea of what your population looks like. And like I mentioned, consider Deliverability Dashboard to go above and beyond what I'm going to show you here. So let's dive right in. I'm inside one of my accounts, kind of a test account, just a small amount of people in here. And really, I cannot compare one versus the other. This visual is okay, but not really that great. This gives me an idea how many people opened, how many people clicked. And even if I have a large number of people, I want to know really easily what it looks like. And if I go into here, if I dive in here, I really can't even export anything from here. I could if I went, for instance, to open and reads, and then I could export that list of people, but not really useful in my opinion. What is useful is their API capability. So visit this link right here, and we're going to copy all this code right here, put it on your website, and then use this to pull in data that we can put into a spreadsheet and manipulate the way we want. So first thing, copy, highlight all this stuff all the way down to this right here. You're going to need to be able to create a file on your website. This isn't WordPress. This may not work with certain types of hosting. cPanel type hosting, it should work. I've created a file on my server called campaign.php. That's important, you have the .php. So go ahead and paste that content in. I'm going to save it. Now I'm going to visit this file right here. And there's a few little safety things built in. You need to have a password so nobody else can get into it. You're going to have to put in your credentials here so that you can use it. So to start with, I'm going to put a password, by far the worst password ever of all time to use. Now I need to get my API credentials from ActiveCampaign, so I will go here, I will click on Settings inside my ActiveCampaign account. So I clicked on Developer, and there's the URL, which I will copy. And then go ahead and submit, and notice it says, well, you got to do this. Okay, great. So in the campaign.php script that I created, above the do not edit below this line, we need to add this. So what I would do is just simply copy this, go back to your campaign.php script, scroll up to the top, and simply replace all of that right there like that. And this is kind of an encrypted password, so you do need to follow the instructions there. So now that I've got that, I can click on Finish. I can log in with my less than ideal password. And immediately it is going to pull in all the results in CSV format. Now, I don't have a lot of campaigns in this one, and some of this data looks a little whacked, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just simply highlight all of this, go to a Google Sheet, and Google Sheets make this very easy. Do a file paste, or what do we do? Edit, paste that in there. And then you want to go to Data, split text to columns, and there's all my data. Every single thing that I've ever sent out in a campaign, it tells you the different types. Now, the beautiful thing here with Google Sheets is we can filter on stuff. And let's, as an example, here's what I would do if I was setting this up. So I would go in here, I would probably freeze that first column, and then I just highlight everything and click on filter here. So now I have filters. For instance, I can say I only want to look at, and let's just look at this. I'm guessing I only have one. Oh, I had a bunch of them. Okay, and I'm only sending it to one person. So I could filter that. I'm going to just select all again. I could filter by something that's in the name, and then I can sort by, in my opinion, unique opens, unique link clicks would be the one you want to do on a percent basis. So we did the math for you. If you look at this, this is a percentage. That doesn't get reported by ActiveCampaign. The math has already been done. So for instance, based on the total amount, for instance, 33 people were sent, 17 open, 51%. So let me show you another one. This is way more comprehensive. They send to much larger groups of people. For instance, I might sort just on, you know what? Let me do what I said I did. Let's view, freeze this. Let's go to one row, and then I'm going to filter on everything. And then I might just do another, I might say anything that begins with, and I know this account has multiple lists in here, but one list always has MB at the start. And then, for instance, I might click on, let's do opens. What's this person's open rate, sort A to Z. So now I have a better picture. At least I can go through and pick off the campaigns that have higher open rates relative to others. But notice, you know, some of these have much lower number of people. So another thing I would consider is make sure you got kind of the same population. And I'm going to just sort this by date, send date again. I think that's the default. And let's say it looks like there's 11,000. So this list has been steadily growing. I'm just going to say, you know what, let's just do all of 2019 or 2020. So let's do filter by condition, start date. Starts with, let's just do 2019. And why can I not? Oh, there it is. Okay. So these are just the 2019s. And then, for instance, let's sort by total amount. I just want to see. I want to get rid of the small stuff. So 9,200. And if I reverse that. Okay. So those are all about the same. Perfect. Then I'm going to sort by, to get an idea of what the open rate. So it ranges from a high, or I should say a low of 0, 2.7. So see, this is good information. We've got all the way down from 2.7% to 45%, but that's on much smaller. So here's what I would do too. Let's go change this total amount. It has to be greater than or equal to 5,000. Let's just make that a criteria. That would be better in my opinion, so we don't get lousy data, if you will. Okay, let's do that. So this is going to make it a little bit smaller. And let's go to here. I'm going to go here. What is the best open rate? Okay, 28%. So there is some data in here that you can take advantage of. Maybe you understand why if you were to go into each of these campaigns and look at it. Now, one thing that's actually kind of nice is if you go all the way over here, see that URL? That is a screenshot of your campaign. So if you actually wanted to see what the campaign looked at without having to go dive into it, you could just visit one of those links to see that. That's how we can view ActiveCampaign campaign stats.